Hello everybody, here we are, and welcome back. Happy Holi to all of you here. And today we are gonna be doing something really interesting, and that too with the help of AI. We'll be building the website. Okay, this is what we did yesterday as well, but we will just move ahead. We'll continue from the already pre-written code, and then let's see what all we can just simply add. But again, it's gonna be pretty much fantastic. Almost authentication part is done. That simply means we are gonna be going to the what part that is called the main business logic of the edtech website. So let's see how it's gonna be going on. But before that, let me check the live status. How are the things right now? And once everything's clear, then I'll just simply continue from here on. And hopefully it's gonna be fine. And let's see. We'll just tackle the things on the go. Coming back to this one, and let's simply turn it off. And I think this is part 5 if I'm not wrong. I'm not even sure about this one. Yesterday I just went live, and I just went like I kept going live for 3 to 4 times if I'm not wrong, and 3, so I actually went live 3 times yesterday. Okay, so this should be actually part 4. Never mind, let me change that. Coming back to this one, let me rename it, and this is actually part 4. And I'm mainly maintaining the parts here so that it's clear how many parts it took to just simply get the entire website built. Coming back to this one, first of all, let's open the website that I was working on, and of course we are just simply working on the front end, back end part. So let's go to the back end itself. So this is a section that we've been mainly focusing on building. Open with the code. So here we are, and there's a lot to do, and I hope AI is gonna be help us do the things really well, really quick. Having said that, I'm gonna be live for 3 hours. So if it is 3:12 right now, right? So 2 hours and 50 minutes, consider it. Only till 6 or something I can be live. After that, I'll have to end this live anyhow. But yeah, even this is not less at all. And let's simply open ChatGPT and simply get started from here on. We have worked on many things, so even if you want to just check this thing out, you can just simply have a look at the parts that I've created. But even that is not necessary. I will just simply push it on GitHub, push it to the GitHub. So even from there it will be accessible, the whole code I mean. And over here, what will I do? Let's copy everything. So at the end of the day, I will be copying this much. And again, most of the things are gonna be written by AI. Okay, let's simply first of all think in advance. What should a reset password do? So when it comes to this reset password, so it should be getting the token. So once it gets the token, so there are gonna be some predefined if steps. So first of all, it will get the token. Once it gets the token, it will verify the token. Once it verifies the token, after that, if the token is valid, it will then change the password. So this is how it's just simply gonna be going on. Once the password is changed, it will be just simply setting the values to undefined. So all the values are gonna be set to undefined. So this is what it should be doing. So simple. First of all, I will get the reset token. I will verify it whether the token is right or not. Once the token is verified, I will even check with the user whether the user actually exists or not. After that, I will change the password. Once the password is changed, I will just set all the values to undefined. All the values in the sense reset password to be undefined, and reset reset token expiry to be undefined. So all of them are going to be set to undefined. So this is what I should be doing mainly in this particular controller. And I'm gonna be giving all the code to the AI so that we don't have to write the code on our own. Rather, AI does the thing because we have to just make it quick, as simple as that. And in this particular project, most of the time I will make AI work for me rather than just writing everything. By the way, there's a problem here. Biggest problem, security token is an email link, verification link. Just a sec. So what is saying, you are sending hashed token in the email link. So this is wrong. The hashed token should stay in the DB only. You must send the plain token to the user. Generate plain token, hash it, and store hashed token in DB. Send plain token here. Okay, so plain token, hashed token, and token expiry. So what will I do? After that, from there, oh yeah, that is kind of right. I need to send the plain token, and once the plain token is sent, once I get that, I will just simply hash it, and then I will check whether the token is actually valid or not. So that does make sense. So I will have to just correct this thing. And apart from this particular thing, wrong expiry time calculation. So wrong expiry time calculation won't it return the right thing. So you wrote token expiry dot get minutes and this minutes. So it should be this gives minutes value of the clock, not expiry duration. Yeah, sorry. Expiry that's gonna be 10:45. Get minutes is gonna be just 45. In that case, correct way could be what? Correct way could be first of all expires in minutes. First of all, I will already I had that. I will just divide it by these. So expires in they are the milliseconds, and okay, dividation it will definitely work. So let's simply start. Start fixing the things from the beginning. So first of all, this is the thing that we have to fix. Okay, didn't really focus on this thing yesterday, and that simply means when are we creating the event token? We are creating the token while registering the user. At that time token is being created. So over here if I actually have a look, so token is created. And one more thing, we are already getting this expires in milliseconds from auth config.token. So whatever the verification expire time is, I already have that, and once I have that I can just simply convert it to the minutes, and that's it. And it is already in milliseconds. So if something is in millisecond, that simply means millisecond in the sense what? I wanna convert it into minutes. Minutes means divide by 60 multiplied by 60 seconds multiplied by 1000, something like this. So ultimately I have to divide it by, not really, I have to convert it into minutes. Converting in the minutes in the sense 60 seconds. So maybe I have to divide it by this. So kind of, yeah, if I divide it to 1000, so I will get seconds, and if I divide it by seconds I will get the minutes. So yeah, that's obvious. So if there is something in millisecond, if I divide it by 1000, so that will be converted into seconds, and once I divide it by actually 60, so that will be converted into minutes, and if I divide it by 60 again, that will be converted into hours. So I have to just convert it into minutes. So I'm gonna be dividing it by 60,000 or something. Okay, not really a big problem. Coming back to this one over here, I should be sending, first of all I need to get the right token. So I have hashed the token, and apart from hashed token, unhashed token I will be getting just like this. So once I got unhashed token, I will be just sending unhashed token from here, and this is the issue over here as well. And when it comes to this one, so I will be getting the expires in millis. Have it. Once I have it, I'm gonna be dividing it by 60,000, just like this. So it should be fine, just like this. So it will be actually divided by 60,000. That's great. And once this is done, then no need to worry about anything else. And the second part where I'm actually sending the token, where should that be? First of all, this particular section got done here. That does make sense. And the second part is going to be when I'm actually forgetting the password. Refresh token doesn't really use that. So let me do one thing. Let me go through everything. So if I'm missing something by mistake, so I will be able to even have a look at that. So create user is created, not user length. Simply setting the things as well. So verification token is email verification token, that's gonna be equals to hash token, that is also okay. And after that creating the body, verification body for the email and all. And once everything is done, sending the email, and that's it. So ultimately registration part is done. Let's talk about the login one. When logging in, at that time getting the values and all, and then simply finding the user. If the user does exist, then check whether suspended or not, email verified or not, and then is logged or not, and whether the password is valid or not. And if the password is not valid, after that just simply increment the login attempts, and this thing is actually gonna be done. And lastly, I'm gonna be resetting all the login attempts. Like if the login is successful, in that case attempts are gonna be 0 by automatically. And then generating the access token and refresh token. Once I have them, simply saving the refresh token in the database, and setting the refresh token in the cookie as well, and then simply returning the response. Should be fine. Don't really have any problem. As for this user data, it will automatically be sanitized. Sanitized in the sense only required fields are gonna be sent. Password and all that will not be sent. If I just call to JSON over here, simply means whenever I'm using JSON.stringify, in a nutshell, whenever the user data is stringified, at that time this to JSON is called. And because I have defined this to JSON, I have set it on my model side, so it just simply removes the password or token, expiry, and all these fields. So okay, this is fine as well. So ultimately login is done, no problem with this. Coming back to logout, it's pretty simple one, so kind of straightforward things are here. So yeah, no need to worry about this one. Apart from logout, I have refresh token. When it comes to the refresh token, so I'm gonna be generating both the tokens again, like access token as well as the refresh token. But first of all, I'll verify. So got the incoming token. Once I got the incoming token, I'm decoding that. Once the token is actually decoded, and after that, I'm just finding the user using the ID that was in the token. And if the user is actually fine, create the access token and refresh token again, save them in the DB, set it in the cookie, and that's it. This particular thing got done as well. So no need to worry about this particular section too. Let's talk about this forgot password, and over here I will have to change some of the things. But before even that, first of all, I'll check with the email whether the user actually exists or not. And once everything's done, I will generate the token. When I'm actually generating the token, I will even need unhash the token as well. So if I can do it today, unhash the token just like this. And when it comes to this one, so instead of sending hash the token over here, I will just simply send unhash the token. So this particular thing is done. I'm even gonna be saving them in the database. Once everything's done, create the body. Once the body is created, just simply send the email with that HTML and text. If HTML is not supported, text is going to be used there. And if HTML is actually supported, then okay, we don't really need to worry about that. And that's it. Everything is already done. One thing that can be better here, expires in milliseconds. Okay, that already got changed, so no need to worry about it. So let's simply collapse this one as well. And lastly, we had to fix this thing. So Control C, let's give it to the AI. And apart from this thing, this particular error we have fixed. No need to worry about this one. Wrong expiry time we have fixed. And the login query can be cleaner. Login query can be cleaner in the sense like this. So what can I do? Better approach, it is asking me to just use this, but only if one of them exists. I used this way earlier, but it was saying that it's no use using it like this. But okay, I can use it. You can use dollar or operator, but still it will not work directly. You will have to make sure that user does exist, at least one of them does exist in that case. By the way, it is better safe version is gonna be this. What am I doing here? If email exists, then email, otherwise this, otherwise. And the second thing is that if username exists, then this, otherwise null. And at the end of the day, this is the array. I'm filtering the boolean value. That simply means if it has some value, only those are filtered. That's amazing job, by the way. This is actually a rather better one. So let me replace. Where do I have to replace this? It's going to be replaced wherever I'm trying to log in. So I'm trying to log in with the username and email. So at that time, I can replace the logic. This is just a better way to write the same thing. So I've been using it like this, and I'm gonna be now onwards using it like this. It is pretty much simple on what it is doing. First of all, again the error. It is just simply saying that user may not exist. So object literal may only specify known properties, dollar or does not exist in type query and all. It simply means that the value of this user may not exist, and if that does not exist, in that case what? So this gets problematic here. And what will I do? Username and this, it doesn't resolve this, never mind. Same is gonna be with this as well. Email, let's see whether it gets resolved. It turns out it doesn't, never mind. In that case, it should be working fine, but it doesn't seem to be working fine. In that case, if I just comment this particular option, still this dollar will still throw me the error. Okay, fine. In that case, the main problem is that either email or username will exist, and because of that thing, it is just simply throwing me, giving me this error. And let me resolve it in the previous manner, the way I did it earlier. For doing it like that, I'm gonna be just simply saying it like this. Again, I will be getting the error, and for resolving this error, I'll make sure that username does exist there. So this way, and now I will get the error from this side. And object literal only specify the known value. So let me make sure that the value of it does exist. So in this case it should be resolved. Wow, I'm still getting there. This should not happen, but I'm getting that, so okay. Dollar email, and this, any better way to do this? Email is gonna be email, otherwise this is gonna be this. Let me go with previous method as only, otherwise it's gonna be it will keep throwing me this error. And otherwise let me take the help of AI one more time if it could help me with this. And nothing could be better, and otherwise I'll definitely have to go with this the previous method that I had. The main problem, the previous method simply resolves this really well, but the thing is that it may not be that much optimized, so yeah, understandable. But having said that, if I just keep getting this error, then I will have no other option except to going with the previous method or way that I was going with. Let me give it to the ChatGPT just for a while and see whether it can actually fix this or not. And meanwhile, let's simply go, okay, let's first of all fix this and later talk about the other things. So the TypeScript error is happening because dollar or operator cannot contain a null values in the mongoose DB. So in that case, the null that I'm actually providing here, that is the problem. So TypeScript is this error, so email this or null. Yeah, that's right. Correct solution can be what? Correct solution can be condition this, and I'm gonna be passing the condition over here. So what is this? If the email exists, in that case conditions dot push this. If username exists, conditions dot username push this. Once that is there, I'm gonna be having these conditions. This ensures dollar or contains only valid objects. So this is how I'm gonna be going with. So ultimately conditions can be email. If email exists, string. This is just the type of that, so okay, never mind. At the end of the day, I will be just simply pushing the things inside this. Once pushed, I'm gonna be going ahead like this. This is insane. I'm gonna be going with the previous method. I mean, it will work, but at the end of the day, I'm writing this maybe more code than I wrote earlier. So it's better to just simply go with the previous method that I had. So over here, if I just move, where is that? Wherever I'm fighting, so inside where am I trying to log in? Over here. So if I use this particular method, even I'll have to specify it over here. The username does exist, otherwise it will just throw the error again. So okay, let's go with this. At least it is just written in one line rather than having many lines for the same result and all. Coming back to this one, apart from that, what else did we have here? So this section is done. Refresh token security improvement. So refresh token is stored in DB. Beta production method, store hashed refresh token. Refresh token in DB. So I had better just simply store the hashed refresh token. Yeah, that is also good, but in that case, if that is actually hashed, then whenever I'm sending the like token in the cookies, at the time I will have to hash it and then check it. Again, this is the beta production method, but it's completely up to me. Hash incoming, so after that I will have to hash the incoming, and then I will have to just simply match it with the token, and so this is what will happen. Should we do it this particular thing over here? The thing is that it is actually asking me this. So whenever you are logging in over here, so at that time you are creating the refresh token, right? So this is the refresh token I'm talking about. So over here, when it comes to this refresh token, so I just simply generate the refresh token. I'm not hashing it. So it is just simply asking me to hash the refresh token and then save it in the database. And if you actually want to hash the refresh token, it's quite easy. So I can say const let's see if I can write it on my own or not. So const hashed refresh token, and that's gonna be equals to crypto. I hope that is there. Crypto dot I forgot hash. Is there something like that? I think crypto is used for hashing, but even if it is used for hashing, I don't really have it here, so I will have to import it. Import crypto from crypto, just like this. Once I have crypto, I hope will not face issues because of this. Once I have this crypto over here, so I need to just simply hash it while logging in. So at the end of the day, when I'm actually getting it here, so crypto dot hash will be used for hashing. Hash, what will I have to, what do I wanna hash? I wanna hash the refresh token, or this is not how it goes. Crypto dot, first of all I will have to provide the method. What kind of method am I gonna be using? Okay, I can specify the basic exactly what all should happen over here. So first of all you have to specify the algorithm. You want to use SHA-256 algorithm or something. This is the name of algorithm. After that you will have to just simply hash that. Once it is hashed, you will have to just convert it into the hex format and all. And that's the same thing that we are trying to accomplish over here, but not sure exactly how it's written. So crypto dot algorithm. For this thing I can just either take the help of AI, or I can just simply, okay, this is it, create hash 256, update and digest. Okay, I can if I search it online, hash with crypto, so even I should be getting it here. So crypto hash, not this one actually. So crypto node.js documentation, it is actually deprecated. Coming back to this one, cryptography hash functions, because right now I just directly got the answer using the AI. How about when I'm actually looking for it on my own? At that time, what? At that time, am I going to be getting some examples to get it done? Hash with the crypto example. Crypto.create hash, I think this is the one. So at the end of the day, I needed to have this create hash, and this is how it's gonna be working. So first of all you will have to create hash and then provide the secret. While creating the hash, again this is up to you, you can directly create it as well. Then the kind of secret that you wanna digest, kind of hash at the end of the day, and lastly you will have to digest that. And that's the same thing we are doing here. Okay, that's great. I'm gonna be going with directly with this AI way, so I'm just simply gonna be updating it here itself. So crypto dot create hash, just like this. SHA-256, what is the name of this? Come on, SHA-256, yeah, that's right. So SHA-256, this is the algorithm. Apart from this particular thing, I have to update. What do I want to update? I want to update the refresh token. So refresh token, once it is updated, I have to digest it in the hex format. So just like this. So this is how it's gonna be done. Having said that, not this. So this much is done. Let me get rid of it all. And once I have generated that, then of course I will have to save it. Let me turn the this on as well. Later I will be just worrying about other things. Once this is done, then of course I will have to save it in the DB. So save hash the refresh token in the database. This is how it's gonna be saved. It's better to just simply go ahead like this, so that it doesn't take a lot of time. Having said that, in this particular live, when this is actually going on, and especially as long as I'm working on this particular project, most of the time I'm gonna be taking the help of AI. And as long as not taking the help of AI is concerned, in all the projects apart from this one, I will not take the help of AI. So this is how it's gonna be going on. So save hash the refresh token in the database, then the ultimately it is hashed, then it is saved in the database. And when I'm actually sending it here, so instead of sending the refresh token, just a minute. So that refresh token is only gonna be sent to the backend, to the client side. Ultimately it is going to be set in the cookies. And whenever I'm sending the refresh token back, at that time I will have to hash that, and then I will have to check whether that's the same one or not. Over here, if I'm not wrong, I can even provide the secret. So auth config jwt refresh token secret. So definitely I can even create a secret that can be used over here. But the thing is that I don't really have this refresh token secret. So if I want, I can go here and I can create it as well. So I don't even have anything related to the refresh token here. Interesting. So I have my verification token, I have this, and this is a refresh token. This is mainly related to the auth, and that is right. So let me create it here. That's gonna be a refresh token cookie. What will it give me? Not really, this is not what I want. So a refresh token, and just here I will have some properties, and over here what should I have? I should have the secret, refresh token secret, right? So secret is gonna be JWT. So I will be getting the secret from here, so refresh token secret, but I don't even have the refresh token secret over here. So I have JWT, no, I have them here. So this refresh token, is this only gonna be for auth, but for others as well? So I have access token expiry, and secret. I have refresh token secret, I have refresh token expiry, and I'm not directly passing them to the auth because they are gonna be used somewhere else as well, and that does make sense. And once I actually have the refresh token secret, so why not use the same secret to hash it? So first of all, I used the same secret to generate the refresh token, and now I'm gonna be hashing the same secret to hash that. And once that is hashed, nope, whatever I'm doing, that's not gonna make any sense at all. So let me go back to this one, auth config. First of all, let me remove this particular thing from here. What I'm actually trying to do, just keep in mind that whatever this refresh token is actually what is a JWT token at the end of the day. So if I'm actually hashing the JWT token here to the front end side, I send the refresh token. Once I get the refresh token, of course I will have to decode that. When I'm actually decoding that, so it's clear. And apart from this particular thing, I don't need to hash it. So let me remove it from here. The reason is simple. Let me have this refresh token over here. This is the not just normal token, this is a JWT token, and even if you are sending JWT giving this JWT token to others, that person will not be able to decode this, or will not be able to verify itself that this is the authentic user, because it needs the JWT token, and only you know that what is the JWT or refresh token secret for this particular token that you have. And because of that thing, it is gonna be safe, so not really a big problem. Otherwise I will actually have to change many things. So this is done as well. And then select a refresh token plus refresh token. If your schema hides refresh token, then I will have to select it. By default I do hide the refresh token. That simply means in my schema I will have to select it. I have to select it, but wait, when do I need to select it? Otherwise refresh token validation will fail. I mainly need my refresh token when I'm validating this stuff. So whenever I'm sending a request to refresh the token, at that time I need to do it. That simply means not here actually. When am I getting that particular refresh token request? Here. So over here I'm gonna be getting my refresh token, right? So first of all, the token that I got, I validated that, decoded that ultimately, and then I tried to get the user. Once I got the user, then I'm checking whether user.refresh token is actually, if it's not equals to the incoming refresh token that I got here, then that's gonna be an error. But by default I do get it here, so I don't need to worry about it. Even if this user removes it from here, so ultimately when it comes to the safe user fields, so I don't have my refresh token over here. That simply means if I call this JSON to JSON method, then it will not be there, but before it is called, it will definitely be there. That simply means I should not be getting the error. But let's see, if I get the error, I will be of course handling it then and there. As for right now, I think it should be fine if in case I get the error. So this thing is done as well. Apart from this particular thing, logout can be simpler. Logout can be simpler in the sense, await user find one refresh token. Okay, so request.user.refresh token, that's gonna be undefined. That's actually going to be undefined on the better use middleware auth to do. So refresh token is gonna be undefined, that's okay. Request.user.save, it has no idea about the way my code is actually written, and whatever suggestions it is actually giving me, that doesn't make really sense, because at the end of the day, request.user.refresh token doesn't really contain the value of the refresh token. So because I'm simply getting the refresh token, first of all, from the cookie side, and once I got the refresh token from the cookie side, and it is what it is doing, refresh token. It is trying to find the user using the refresh token. Rather, it does not need to do it using the refresh token. It needs to get the ID of the user, because this is not a normal refresh token. It is a JWT refresh token. So that simply means it can decode that and get the user ID, and that it can find the user. So let's leave all these things. It doesn't make any sense. Email verification link should be a front-end URL. Forget about everything. I'm just gonna be asking to do one thing. If I mean get the error, I can just simply resolve them then and there. So that's not really a big problem. Even if the code is there are some errors in the code, I'm just gonna be asking you to generate the reset password controller. Write the code for reset password. Let's make it quick so that as for the errors, we can just simply fix them anytime. Just overall logic we should have, and then we'll customize the code as per our choice. Coming back to this one, reset password token is being written here. Let's see. There are gonna be many things that are not required, so I will be removing them. Important bug in your current code. Inside forgot password, you use reset link and this hashed. I'm still using hashed token. Okay, I will not use that. Sorry for that. And unhashed. So I will fix this. Another bug. Token expiry get. I just changed all these things. Where am I? You wrote this token expiry. Where am I using this? So okay, 2 bugs are there. I thought I resolved them, but they are still there. So okay, I will be fixing them again. But coming back to this one, this reset password is going to be replaced with this one. As for this token, we will be just simply checking it. But before that, first error that I got, that is inside forgot password, I'm still using unhashed. So sorry, I'm still using hashed one. So let me use unhashed token. Apart from this particular thing, this get me. I think I changed this. I do think that, but okay, never mind. Expires in, I should be getting it here. Expires in milliseconds. Once I got that, I will be dividing it by 60,000, and that's it. So once this is done, the second error that, okay, both the errors have been resolved right now. In that case, I can just simply collapse this. Coming back to this one, let's see whether the code is right or not. So first of all, reset password token. Reset password token. I will click on the link and then I will be redirected here. First of all, the token that I'm actually getting, whenever I'm trying to do that, either I can send the token and the password, right? First of all, I will have a confirm password as well. The second thing is that I want the token to be set in the query params. So instead of doing this, const token is gonna be request.query.token.asString. So I will be setting them in the query params. This is the first thing. The second thing is that password will be sent in the body. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead. And once this is done, then if not token, just simply one more thing, I'm gonna be having password. Not only password, I'm gonna have confirm password, just like this. By the way, whenever I'm just simply changing it, so the confirm password should actually be there. So for now, I can just simply say that if not confirm password, and do this. But again, this is even not fine. So what am I going to do here? Control C, I'm going to ask it to generate the schema. Generate the Zod schema for resetting the password. Let it generate that. Meanwhile, I can just simply come here, and the schema is going to be actually inside validators. So if I go here, inside validators, I have auth validators. So far I have a login schema, forgot password schema, and it's time to have one more schema, and that's going to be a reset password schema. Coming back to this, let's see what it actually generates here. So it generated the reset password schema. First of all, it is validating them, and that's it. The password and confirm password, this should be same. And once this has done this much, and reset password schema, this is the reset password query schema. just a minute. Reset password body schema, so it has password and it has confirmed password, and then it is just simply checking whether the password is right or not. Okay, and then reset password query schema in the sense get object token. Okay, token schema, so both of them are gonna be different ones, and that is okay. I could have saved it in the body, and in that way I could have checked both of them at the same time. So sending the token in the body, once I got that, it is completely fine too. I can send the token in the body or in the query parameters, completely up to me. So let me have it here too. Like, it's up to you whether you are sending it in the body or not, and I think I should send it in the body. In this way I will not have to just generate two schemas here. So just over here I will be just simply sending the token as well. Once I've sent the token, then I can just come back here, auth controller, and I can go with the previous method. That simply means I will be getting the token as well over here, and that's completely fine, because in this way I will have to only generate one schema, else I will have to generate two of them. So that's the main reason behind this. Coming back to this auth validator, I have this much. Coming back to this chat GPT, using controller, query, success, this I got them just like this. Once I got them, better combined schema. So ultimately even it is suggesting that have both of them at the same place, same places, and once they are at the same places, you can just simply check the result like this: safe parse token and this and this. Okay, that is okay. It is just simply asking me to just add the token here as well. That is completely fine. I can just simply send it in the body. Recommended. Okay, fine. So I've done this much. Apart from the first of all, I need to get rid of this. Once I've gotten rid of this, even I can generate the, I can infer the type, and the type is gonna be a reset password. First of all, let's remove this body here. Reset password schema is enough, and then export reset password input, and this is just gonna be the type for that. I don't even think this is required because I'm not using any one of them anywhere, but okay, let it them be here, later they may be used. And coming back to this one, now instead of doing all of this here, let me remove this. Rather, let me remove this all, and once I've removed all of them, after that const result, that's actually gonna be equals to reset password schema dot safe parse request dot body. Once I got that result dot success, and then this is how it's gonna be going on. So result dot success, if invalid, so invalid request result dot errors dot issues, that is fine, and then I am simply getting the token and password, and then I'm just simply going ahead. What am I doing just after that? Once everything is validated, after that hash the incoming token, because DB stores hash the token. Is that so? This is the, when I'm resetting the token, yeah, it is right. At that time DB does store the hash the token, so the token that I'm actually getting, I will have to update that. So create hash SHA-256 algorithm. Token is something that I want to update, and I just want to digest it into the hex format. Once I got my hash the token, after that await user find one. So I will be finding the user using the hash the token and checking whether it is greater than expire, right now or not. So a reset password token expiry is greater than current time. If it is greater than current time, that simply means if the the token hasn't been expired yet. That's it. And this way you will be getting the right user, and once you got the right document of the user, then you will be checking whether you actually got that or not. And once everything is done, then you are going to be setting the password again. Once the password is set, few things here: user.reset password token is going to be undefined, user.reset password token expiry is going to be undefined. Okay, that's great. So what is the issue? Undefined is not assignable to type string. Okay, undefined is not assignable to type string. So what do I have to do? I have to go to the types, and types in the sense, so that is actually the global level type. So over here inside my user type, actually when it comes to the reset password, so that can be either string or that can be undefined. And as for the date, I think same needs to be done with the date too. Let's come here. So yeah, I think I will have to make the date undefined as well. So that simply means over here the reset password expiry is also going to be undefined. So date or undefined. So this is how they are going to be going on. They are just simply the types. and same thing needs to be done with email verification token. So reset password token, email verification token, and then there is something called refresh token. When it comes to these four, they are just normal tokens: reset password token and email verification token. Refresh token is actually a JWT token. So this is how it just simply goes. As for these things, I will even have to set to null, undefined. So just like this, they need to be undefined as well. And when is this going to be needed? Email verification token whenever the email is verified. And I haven't even verified the email, and because of that thing I didn't face this issue. Okay, got it. Coming back to this one, right now it does not throw the error. Optional recommended, but invalidate refresh token. Refresh token is gonna be undefined. What am I doing? I'm resetting the password. So when I'm actually resetting the password, the previous refresh token should be undefined, and that is okay. Once you have reset the password, you should be logging in again. So let me remove this particular section from here. It does make sense. And then user.save, I'm just simply saving the user at the end of the day. And once the user is actually saved, just simply returning the response. And it's gonna be null. That simply means the response is gonna be null. I'm not gonna send any data in response, and that's fine. So ultimately it is definitely gonna work fine. So this thing is done. Then the next one comes verify email. So I'm gonna be again copying the whole thing, and generate the what, or write the verify email logic. Let's go ahead. Verify email logic will be almost the same button as reset password. Verify logic, yeah. In the verify logic, I will get the email. Once I get the email, what will happen? Sorry, not the email actually. I will get the token. Once I got the token, I will hash the token. Then I will match the token. Even one more thing: am I hashing the token when saving it? That is something I will have to check. That whenever the token is saved, that needs to be hashed. So first of all, before even doing this, so I'm definitely hashing the token. In which case, I'm definitely hashing the token when sending the verification link, and that verification link is sent over here. So I'm sending the unhashed token, and apart from sending that, I'm saving the hashed token. So both the times hashed token is being saved in the database, and once the hashed token is actually same should be happening over here when I click on forgot password. So I should be sending a hashed token, and I should be saving the hashed token. I'm doing that, so that's great. So once hashed token is saved in the database, now what will happen? I will get the token, I will hash the token. It's pretty simple. I will hash the token. Once the token is hashed, I will match with the token in the expiry date, whether it actually and check expiry, as simple as that. Once I've done both the things, check expiry actually, then I will be is email verified is gonna be true. So is email verified, in that case it's gonna be true, and I will be saving it at the end. So this is gonna be the overall flow. Let's just simply see with what the AI actually gives us. Coming back to this one, I'm gonna just simply copying it, and optional but better UI. Let me first of all replace it with the written code, and later I will be looking at some more things. So first of all, verify email. When I'm actually verifying the email, I'm sending the token in the string. In the query. So over here, token is being sent, and just above I've been sending it in the body. Let's simply follow the same structure. Over here, I just sent it in the body, and so let me do one thing. Const token is gonna be request.query.parameters as string, and just after that I'm gonna be actually passing this token here. So that simply means I will get the token, and I will destructure the body. Then they are gonna be the combination of all, and once they are the combination of all, that's it, done. And it is just simply saying that token exists 2 times over here, and that is obvious that obviously that does exist. In that case, let me do it like reset token is gonna be this. When I have the reset token, I will be just simply doing it like this. So once I got the reset token, I'm gonna be passing it for validation over here. Once this is actually passed, then I'm gonna be going ahead with the things. Why am I doing it? Mainly because even just below I'm getting it in the query params, so it's better to just simply get it in the query params only. So like here I'm getting it. So if there is no token, again this is the problem over here. First of all, I need to validate it, and this is gonna be verify email schema, or it's gonna be quite simple. So let me write it on my own. So I can go to the auth validator. Come on, this is even not needed, but okay, let them be here. And I'm gonna be having one more, and that's gonna be const email verification schema. Are we doing that? Verify, yeah, email verification schema, that's the same. And that's gonna be just the token, that's it. And that's gonna be this type. I'm gonna be keeping this type at the end. So this is where it's gonna be kept, and this does the job. Not only this, I actually need to export this, so let's simply export it from here. So export const email verification schema. It will have only token, and the tokens validation is this simple. Coming back to the main auth controller over here, instead of doing it like this, what will I do? Once I got the token, I will just simply verify it. Once it is verified, that's it. First of all, I need to have this over here, so let's simply import it. I'm just simply going to parse it. So once I got the token, I'm parsing it over here. Once it is actually passed, after that I'm simply checking the success invalid request data if there is any failure. And apart from that particular thing, if everything's right, that's okay, fine. Once everything is right, hash the token, I will be hashing it, and once it is actually hashed over here, then I'm gonna be checking in the database whether that actually exists or not. If that does not exist, throw the error. If that does exist, in that case, user.isEmail. Look, I have some blisters clusters. No, I think they are called blisters. So because of that thing, it's even hard to speak clearly. Sorry for that if some words get misspelled, but I will try my level best to speak the right way. But I have blisters. I don't know what to call chala in English. Chala in English. They are called blisters. So yeah, because recently I've been drinking quite a less amount of, less water. Sometimes I myself doubt my English, whether whatever I'm speaking that is right or not. Okay, having said that, I haven't been taking enough amount of water, and because of that thing, I just simply started suffering from this. Having said that, coming back to the main point, this main logic over here, user.isEmail verified, that's gonna be true, that's great. And then remove the token field, so this is gonna be like this. Save it over here, that's also fine, and simply send the response. So almost everything's done, no need to worry about anything. Let's simply save it here as well. Lastly, I have resend verification email. There's maybe a need of resending that too, so I'm gonna be copying everything. And lastly, I'm gonna be just simply there can be some small improvements over here. First of all, it is saying that instead of returning JSON, many apps redirected to front end. Instead of returning JSON, many apps redirected to the front end. When you actually verify the email. Yeah. Okay, this is the issue. It is just simply saying that when you are actually verifying, what are you doing? Your verify email controller. Even when you are resetting the password at that time, the URL should actually be of the front end. So I'll have to even check the URL whether the URL is right or not. And apart from this particular thing, verify controller, as soon as I verify it, I'm gonna be redirecting the URL, user to the front end, and that is obvious. That thing should be done. So redirect environment client base URL, and this is where email verified, it is going to be redirected. So this is the job of the front end. Or email verification failed. So this thing should be done on the front end side, so I will be getting it done. Apart from this particular thing, or email verified, email failed. Yeah, this is the job of the front end. Email verification failed. This is the again URL and the client side URL. Let me just keep it here just for the reference purpose, so that I don't forget it in the future, because this is really a good thing. What I would do usually, I would just simply create only one URL, and that is going to be the email verification, and that particular section will be showing me whether it failed or it succeeded. I could have created two paths over here, and they could be used like this as well. So like one path can be, or one URL can be email verified if that succeeded. Another one can be email verification failed, or there can be one normal URL and that can be email verification, and under that you will be seeing whether it failed or passed. It's completely up to you how you actually structure that. Small security improvement recommended: user dot is email verified. So email, if user dot is email verified, in that case the email is already verified. I will be just simply adding it there when I'm actually trying to verify it. That's great. So over here it's just simply asking me to just do it. So success, hashed token, I got the user. I checked whether the user actually exists or not. After that I'm gonna be checking one thing: user dot is email verified. If that is already verified, just simply throw the error, and that's gonna be email already verified. That's great. So that's it, this particular thing is done. Lastly I will be just adding all of this, and what do I have to do? And that's actually gonna be resend verification. So write the code for resend verification email. But before even doing this, let's see what should be here in this particular controller. So when it comes to resend verification email, what is the problem with this? Verify email is fine. It turns out I'm getting the error everywhere. Yeah, I am. Have I done something wrong here? Wow. Okay, I just pasted something by mistake. So what I said, what should we be doing here in this particular case? When I click on resend verification email, so I already have my email. Once I have my email, so I will find the user. Of course, once I found the, do I need to find the user? I'm already logged in. I already have my email. Okay, just for checking purpose, I will even find the user, whether the user exists or not. After that, generate the token. Generating the token in the sense, what kind of token should that be? That's just gonna be crypto token, so no need to have a JWT token. So I will generate the token. Once the token is generated, send the templates. Of course, templates are gonna be generated. Then send the email. Once the email is sent, then user will click on the email. Once the user clicks on the email, then the same process will just simply go on. So I hope you understand exactly what's gonna be the flow over here. Now let's see what the AI gives us. Okay, gonna be fun. Let's see. I think that template isn't ready yet, so we will have to create the template as well using Mailzen and all. So let's see how it's gonna be going on. So resend verification controller, when it comes to this, so we will be getting the email, and again we are not going to enter the email here, rather it will directly be picked from the user side. So let it be here, or I can just even verify it for some, if someone actually tries to just hit it. So yeah, we can even verify it. It's completely, it's gonna be added advantage, nothing else. So coming back to this one, first of all let's simply replace this, and we can have the Zod schema over here as well. That's just simply gonna be for the email. So I can just do one thing, that is gonna be resend verification email schema. So resend verification email schema, right? I don't even think that we actually need it here, because I will be directly picking it up from the user data that I get from the backend side. So this should be even fine. But okay, export email verification input. I already have exported const resend verification email schema. There's gonna be just the email, and these are the options that I will have over there. Once this is done, I will even be creating the type. I think this should be fine. So resend verification, let's keep this over there. So this is how I'm just creating the types. At the end of the day, I'm not using these types anywhere, but it's good to info the types. That's again a plus point. And the plus point of using Zod, you can just simply info the types easily. Okay, this thing is done, and once this is done, then you can just be back to the auth controller, and over here let's simply start getting the things done. First of all, I got the email from the body. I'm on the front end side, and when I click on that, so I need to send a request. Yeah, it will be coming in the front end. Like, even if I'm getting the data from the data that actually I got from the backend, but I will, when I make a request to the backend to just simply send the verification link again, at that time I am going to keep it inside body. By the way, first of all, I will be validating it, and for validating it, I will be using a recent verification schema. I actually have to import it. So once it is imported, we can continue. Okay, and the next thing can be this success stuff, and let's simply replace it with this. Fine with this. So what am I doing here? First of all, getting the result. If the result is success, that's great. No need to worry about that. Got the email as well. Once I got the email, finding the user. Once found the user, checking whether the user actually exists or not. Once even checked whether the user exists or not, after that, if already verified, this is the most important part, I will be checking whether the email is actually already verified or not, because if the email is actually verified, user should not be able to like verify the email again. Apart from this one, this particular thing just above here, in this particular section as well, we checked the same thing, whether your email is actually verified or not. So over here you are actually verifying the email, and you are checking it whether the email is verified, and over here you are actually sending it, and over before even sending the verification email link, you are checking whether it's actually unverified or not. Coming back to this one, generate the new verification token. This is gonna be interesting. So first of all, verification token. Verification stands for directly email or account. So of course this is gonna be just for that. So I'm gonna be getting the length and expires in millisecond. Once got that, this is gonna be quite similar. And hash the token is just simply converting this. After that, user email verification token is gonna be hashed, and this save, everything's fine. And lastly, I'm gonna be generating the verification link, and that's gonna be env server basic server verification link. This is wrong. So this is the verification link that I'm actually sending to the front end. When the user actually clicks on the link, at that time user will be redirected to the another page. The simplest thing. Is that so? Let's think about it. User clicked on the link that I sent on the front end side. As soon as user clicked on the link, what should happen? As soon as user clicks on the link, so what should happen in that case? Should it be the front end URL? Okay, even if it is the front end URL, I need to send a request, right? What should I actually be doing? This should actually be client URL. So env client base URL. When the user actually clicks on the link, user is redirected on a page of the front end page, and a request goes to the backend to verify it. If the response of that particular request is success, then successful response, otherwise failure response. So let me ask this question to AI again. What it is suggesting over here: optional production improvement, user.email verification, get time, get.now. Okay, fine, no problem with that. Don't you think there the URL should be env.client.base URL? Okay, the verification link should be this, not a server based URL. Why client based URL is better? When the user clicks the email link, they should normally land on the front end application, not directly on the backend API, and that's what I was just simply saying. So user clicks on the email, front end page opens, HTTP, this request automatically goes to the backend, and once the request actually goes to the backend, from the front end call backend API, of course you just make a call to the backend, and once you make the call to the backend will give you the response. Once you get the response, on the basis of that thing, you are gonna be just simply showing success or failure message, and until you got the response, keep just rendering the loading page and all, or just keep saying that verification is progress and all. So this is how you can just simply go ahead. So it's better to use this client over here, and thus this mistake I made kind of a lot of places. So let me just select this much, not this much, maybe this much, Control D, hopefully I will get it wherever I have used it, and it turns out Control F, I have actually used it at 3 places. So this is the first one. So I'd better just simply copy the whole thing over here. I'd better copy and then simply go through them. So this is the first one. By the way, there it should be, what am I doing? Verification link, like, right? So it should actually be client here, and once this is the client, let's go to the second one. again this is the email verify link. This should be client again. Email verify link, again think about it. Email verify link, click on that, you should be redirected on a page. Before that I had this verify email. Okay, both of them are verify email, that's amazing. Lastly I have one, this is gonna be reset password. So reset password, when you click on that, you should again be redirected to a page, as simple as that. So this should actually be client over here, client base URL, and once you are actually redirected to a page, then you can just get the password and all, and then you will be getting the job done. So overall, these were the bugs that we had. We have even fixed them, and now done. Okay, but how about this recent verification email? When I'm actually doing that, creating the URL, setting the expiry time, creating the template, okay, this one, create verification body. Verification body, it is already created. Yeah, no need to worry about it. It just simply takes name and verification link. It doesn't have the expiry time. I'm sending the expiry time from here. Expire time. Please verify your account by clicking on the button. Please verify your account by clicking on the button. This will expire in this many. In this link will expire in minutes. Okay, that's fine. So this is right. Apart from this particular thing, how many templates do I have? This is the reset password template. It is getting the expiry token, and this is fine. And then that's it. Mainly two templates I have. First one is the reset password. Create a reset password body. So ultimately reset password template, and then I have verification one. And this index.ts mainly used for sending them. So this is, they are simply exported from here, and that's it, nothing else. If I actually close everything, go to my use auth controller over here. So let's go to the top. When I'm actually exporting them, importing them, so generate templates. It turns out that I'm still importing them from different those templates. I should be importing them directly from index.ts, but I'm not doing that. So this is the create verification body. So what is the even use of using that? And create password reset body, I'm gonna be getting rid of these over here, coming back to this particular section. This needs to be imported. Well, it will still be imported from there. Okay, never mind, that's even fine, doesn't matter where it's getting the let me have a look at this. Why is it not being imported from index.ts when I'm actually exporting everything from here as well? Okay, never mind. If it is actually not being exported, I can do it manually if I'm not wrong. So instead of doing this, create this, I can say // templates / email / index.js. How about this? Yeah, this is fine. And similarly I will be importing one more thing, and that's gonna be create verification and then create reset password body, and this is how it's gonna be going at. So both of them are gonna be imported from the same file. So this is done as well. So ultimately right now I don't really have any error as such. Let's simply collapse all of them, and once collapsed, so the overall logic is right if I'm not wrong. I didn't check it properly. It got created, this also got created, then HTML and text I got. After that I'm just simply sending the email from here, so this much is fine. And then at the end of the day I'm just simply returning the response, and that's it, got it. So this thing is also done, so no need to worry about anything at all over here. Overall this authentication controller is done. Okay, what is the next thing? So these are the kind of services that I'm actually providing, and I will even have to work on the front end part, because at the end of the day I will have to just check the integration, how it works, and also it's better to just simply work on that as well. And honestly speaking, I don't really have any idea exactly how should the front end look like. So in that case, there should be just Udemy, like the way the Udemy is sort of. I'm gonna be creating the same kind of front end part, but let's see how it's gonna be going on. For now, let's simply collapse all these ones. So ultimately, we have done everything related to the authentication. And in this particular section, I will definitely be using Next.js anyhow. That's the best thing to be used. But before that, controllers, auth controller is done. Let's go to the routes. So inside routes, I have the auth routes, and in this one, register, login, logout, refresh, forgot password, reset password, verify, and resend verification email. Almost everything is done. What is, and in all these cases, register, login, logout. When logging out, you need to be logged in. That simply means if I go to the auth middleware over here, so let's correct this one right now. Authenticate or protect, call it anything. I'm calling it authenticate. This is gonna be authenticate middleware. Request, response, next. First of all, they are coming from Express, no problem. I'm going to get the token from the cookie as well as from the bearer. Again, it's completely up to me or where I'm actually sending them, but yeah, it can be sent there, fine. After that, I think in current versions of this Express, you cannot use say return and then this. So most of the time I face the error because of returning the response, but I'm not even doing that here. Let's see, I will be figuring it out. If there is no token, then do this. If the token is actually okay, first of all, the secret, I'm not going to get it like this. First of all, this is gonna be, what is this going to be? This should be access token secret, because most of the time if I'm actually going through this one, because if I'm refreshing the token at that time, yeah, that's right, that does not need to be authenticated. So this should be actually env dot and JWT async handler API and next function, that's fine. Env dot, first of all I have to import this env, so env should be coming from config.envjs dot the next one is gonna be JWT dot now this should actually be access token secret. So this particular thing is done. Most probably this should be access token secret. Once I've got that, then I'm gonna be checking the secret whether that exists or not. Then the error can actually be access token secret is not defined in environment variables or something. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead, and let decode it like this. Once it is decoded, check out the errors. If you just simply get the errors and all, and after that important thing is gonna be here, ID and role. I'm gonna be saving the ID and I'm gonna be saving the role in the request object. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. Role is mainly gonna be responsible for using the role directly. If the user is logged in, then role is going to be used over there to just simply check whether what kind of user this is and all, and that's it. And when it comes to the redirecting, I mean visiting the pages where the user is not authorized, at that time this middleware is gonna run again, and there's I mean this should be running, right? So if I'm visiting a page and no, this middleware if I'm visiting a page directly, so ultimately the user should be authenticated, and not only authentication part, I will be checking this role as well. So yeah, it needs to be like that. Got it. So this user, I will be checking it every time whether the user is authenticated or not, whether the user is authenticated or not. But as for this role purpose, role, whether the user is actually authorized for that, user is authenticated, but authorization is something that I will still need to take care of. And once the user is actually authorized, the user can access that page. But before that, argument of type request response next function void is not assignable to parameter of type request type handler. The void is not assignable to promise this. Okay, void is not assignable to promise that. A function whose declared is neither type. A function whose Declared type is neither undefined, void, nor any, must return a value. I'm already using a next function, even I'm not returning anything from here. And if everything goes right, I will be just simply calling next here. And in case if there is any error, let me give it to the AI, ask it to correct this. Let's see if I actually use this, am I going to get the same error or not. Having said that, get rid of this. I think same thing I will have to do at the top as well. Few things are getting imported over and over, so doesn't matter what I do, I still get the same error. So first of all, this should be access token, keep that particular thing in mind. I just didn't keep it, so AI just changed that. And then once I got the token, after that a secret token, access token secret, that's fine. Not secret, decode it, payload, and once everything is done, check the type of the error. So once it is actually checked as well, after that I'm gonna be just simply getting the ID and role. Once I got that, if they do not exist, just simply throw the error, otherwise just simply add them, attach them to the request object, request user, and that's it. Okay, what could be the reason behind this error? So let me figure this thing out. Why am I getting this? Again, I don't really think so. If you are like, even in my case, though I'm just completing it with the help of AI, this is not really the best way. I'm just gonna be giving it only 3 hours. That simply means 1.5 hours more I will be working on this. So in a day I will be working on this particular project for 3 hours. I will be taking the help of AI, but that's it. In the remaining time, whichever project I create, I will not take the help of AI. This is not really a good way to create the projects, because it will not help. It will help in, it will help me learn something, but that's not gonna be the actual learning, the theoretical one. That's it. By the way, I should be returning promise void here from here. The fix can be what? The fix can be authenticate async handler, and because now the function returns promise void. Does it return promise void? It doesn't return promise void. Oh come on yaar, I didn't make it async. Am I crazy? Whew. Great job, amazing job. By the way, keep the things, this particular thing in mind. If you are just getting that promise related here, so just keep the make the function async, and the problem is going to be resolved. Nothing else. Having said that, I'm not really using await here inside this. Still, I had to just make the particular function async. Could be because it is wrapped inside async handler, and because of that thing, it needs to be async. Because async handler is actually is a promise that resolves runs this function. So this is a promise that is gonna be running this function. So whatever comes inside the promise should actually be promise, probably. Okay, coming back to this one. So this particular section is done. That's great. Apart from this particular thing, we have some more. First of all, authorized middleware. This particular middleware will be checking whether the user is actually authorized or not, and it's pretty simple. This is the top level function that I have, and it takes as many, like it takes any number of arguments, and over here you can just simply keep the all the users, whether they are actually authorized or not. So suppose there can be use admin, there can be student, there can be instructor. If they can visit a page, all of them can visit a page. And once this is done, then inside that I'm actually running the main function. So this is the top level function that does nothing. That simply, if this function is used mainly for gathering the information. Okay, this is user, this is I mean gathering the type of the users. There can be more than one user as well. And once this is done, once you actually have the allowed roles, more than one roles, then this is the main function that actually runs. So the top level is for gathering getting the roles, and once you got the roles, then you will be just simply verifying that with the help of the function that is actually getting returned from here. By the way, the request, response and all these things, if the user does not exist, then of course it doesn't really make sense. But if the user does exist, get the role of the user. Once you got the role of the user, now you will be checking whether this particular role is the part of allowed users or not. If this is the role is part of allowed users, then you are allowed, otherwise you are not allowed. So normalized, first of all, I'm just simply normalizing it. So normalized role is gonna be role to lowercase. Similarly, allowed users are gonna be the going through the same process. And once everything is done, I'm going to check allowed user includes the normal role or not. If it does include, next, otherwise throw the error. So this is how it just simply goes on. But let me give it to the AI and see if it makes it better, or if it is already better. Your middleware is already good, but there are few improvements, still improvements. Res is unused, so I should make it just underscore res. So if something is not being used, so make it underscore. Allowed roles map runs every request, can be optimized. String should ideally be role type, better type safety, that is right. So at the end of the day, let me first of all copy it and see what all changes it made over here. And after that, let me make some things right. Some things right in the sense, first of all, this string that I have, it should actually be roles. Don't I have this? First of all, how am I gonna be getting this? I don't really have this role type, and this role type is gonna be for all, right? So the type of the role. So let me go to the types here, and user type. Here I have this roles, types of roles, and number. So I should be getting it like this. So this way I will get the role as const. So can I use the same thing over there? But this is not the best way to use this actually. So what I'll do here, or better at the top, when it comes to the role type, so const, not really, type roles is gonna be this. And once I have this, export. So this particular thing is done. Once I have this roles type, instead of using it like this over here, I will replace this with this. And once it is actually replaced, now I can go back to my function, this authorize middleware actually, and roles is going to be imported now. So now I have that. Once I have that, no need to worry about anything. Once everything's done, normalized, wow, normalized role is gonna be role dot to lowercase, and allowed roles, it made it worse. Allowed roles, some are my previous code was better. Okay, so what am I actually doing here? I'm just looping through the allowed roles, and if one of the properties becomes true, that simply means user is allowed. So ultimately what it will return, if role dot lowercase, if that's triple equals to normalized user, ultimately the role that I'm actually getting, if that's equals to the role that I have, that simply means user is part of this particular allowed role, and some returns true even if the one value is matching the required condition. So the condition that you have, even if the one value matches, that simply means the role that you have, if that matches, if that belongs to this particular rows, you will be getting true over here. Once you got the true, then okay, then next we will return. If you are not getting true, that means if that is not true, then the error is gonna be thrown from here. Simple, easy peasy. Okay, by the way, this thing is done, and this top level function is mainly for gathering them, like getting all the roles and all. That's it. Having said that, there can be more than one roles. So when it comes to allowed roles, so there can be user, then can be instructor, and this particular role is only one. So this can be either instructor, all user, or admin, but this can contain more than once. So this is mainly going to be used in some places where user, instructor, sorry, student, instructor, and admin all of them should be allowed to visit that particular page. In that case, you can just simply use this particular what can I say, this particular authorized roles middleware. Done. So we've gone through this as well. Then lastly we have this error middleware. We don't really need to worry about it. Most of the things are already done. Having said that, I would like to just simply give it to the AI one more time and see what changes it makes here. Just to get it fixed, we'll be back here and the response. Okay, this is fine. When it comes to this one, so improved your error handler is already solid, but there are few improvements for the type safety and better MongoDB detection. So first of all, I knew that it would be using underscore request over here, because that is what, and next underscore next, they are not being used, and then instance of the API error, then that's it. Okay, and then once I have the error, I'm gonna be checking Mongoose validation error. So error instance of Mongoose, this error, in that case these errors are gonna be found like this. If cast error, then do this. It's gonna be too much here. Again, up to you. If you want to add this, you can add this, otherwise normal this much is fine as well. At the end of the day, once you got the error, if that is already the instance of API error, that's fine. Otherwise, directly convert it in the form of API error. These are just extra things in the sense, this is the validation error or not, then this is the cast error or not, or this is the if that is neither cast error nor validation error, then just simply convert it into the API error. So type of error, object, and error should not be equals to null. Code should be in error as code number. It's too much, but ultimately it is simply saying that code is in the error, and at the end the type of code is number, and inside that code and that code is understanding is okay. As for writing it, I will not even write it on my own, even if I need to. I can write basic error handler, but as far as just doing this much validation, you can just get it done directly, and you can take the help of AI and make it better. Having said that, it is just simply saying that, first of all, if it is the type of validation error, then okay, you got the status, you got the message, and you got the errors as well. From object.values error.errors, first of all, you will be getting all the values. Errors is just an object over here, that is why you are using the values here. Object just simply returns the array of values, and once you got the array, then from there you will be just simply returning the field and message, and that's it, your job is done. Coming back to this one, if it is the type of cast error, then you got the message, you got the error, no problem. But in case if it is none, then check whether it is the type of object. So here is actually type of an object. If it is the type of an object, whether it is equal and make sure that it is not equals to null, and make sure that this code key is actually inside the error, and make sure the type of that error is actually code, and the code is actually number. And not only that, though code is number, make sure that the code that you have inside the error, so error you have over here, ultimately this is the type you are just simply suggesting, you are enforcing the type. So error you have enforced this type, and the number is actually gonna be 11,000. In that case, this is gonna be the what kind of error? This is gonna be some error. Status is gonna be 409. Key value is gonna be error as key value. This is just the type that you are enforcing again over here. Inside here you will have the key value. Keep in mind. Again, don't keep in mind. You don't even have to do that. Just if you are able to understand, that's enough. No problem at all. So inside here you will have to key value, and the type of the key value is actually gonna be record, and there are gonna be an object. Ultimately this key value is actually an object. Inside that there are keys and there are values, and both of them are strings. Once it is done, then key values that actually exist, object.keys, it will just simply return the keys. And what you are doing, once you actually got the key from the key value, okay, from the key, then the 0th index or undefined. Okay, once I got the key, message is gonna be failed already exists. Okay, got it. First of all, this key value is actually an object, and it may contain many of them, but in most of the time the first value is the thing that you actually need. So you will be just using object.keys, will return the keys, and you just need the first key, so you will be using the 0th index over here. Once you got the key over here, so ultimately once you got the field, so field already exists. So if that is equals to 11,000, that simply means that particular thing already exists. Wow. So suppose you are trying to save something that already exists, in that case you will be getting this error. Suppose you are trying to save some documents in your MongoDB, and if that already exists, then you will be getting this error. As simple as that. Lastly, you are creating the API error and just simply sending that. Again, if you are able to understand, that's enough, because at the end of the day you can just simply write the like, you don't need all these things. They are the extra things that you are adding. Otherwise this much was fine. Even the code that I wrote earlier, like this, not this, yeah, come on, over here, I added them. Okay, they were here. Never mind. They are not really important. The thing is that you have to manually check whether that is the instance of API error. Otherwise, even you can return this much. Done. So, I mean, this is how you can just simply go ahead as well. But as for right now, as we are taking the help of AI, so why not make it? I mean, get the best out of it. And that is why I'm just simply using them. And there can be many things that I may be changing in future, so let's even see that how the things are gonna be going ahead. And at the end I'm returning the response here. One more thing, if I just try to use return here, I'm going to get the error. I am going to get the error. Nowadays, for some reason, it doesn't support it. Earlier it didn't used to throw the error, but now it simply says that don't use return, is not assignable to void. So this actually returns nothing. So at the end of the day I'm actually doing nothing. Earlier I could use, or maybe I was using return when I was just going with JS. So at that time I used to use return. In TypeScript, if you use return, it will just simply throw the error. So yeah, just below that you can use return. So you don't use return with the response, rather just below that you can use return. It will not throw the error. But if you are using with the response, that's gonna be problematic. By the way, this is done as well. So ultimately all the middlewares that are gonna be required for getting it done, that they are also ready. Now let's see what should we do next. So this particular thing is done. Mail templates, mail. What is this going to be used for? Mail should be used. I'm gonna be deleting it. No need. Hello. Am I audible? How can I fix this issue? Okay, should be fine. Coming back on track. This particular section. So almost all the middlewares are ready. As for the helpers, I don't really have any helper as for now. And user control, not user controller, inside user model. Over here I'm using this to JSON, and this is just simply transforming that. Transforming in the sense, it makes sure that I'm only returning the safe user fields from here whenever this to JSON is called. So this is done. And profile, other things are yet to be ready. This is just the type for the image and all. So that's it, nothing else. Now the question is, what should I be working on next? This is the thing that I have worked on. Let's talk about the user. And there are gonna be some get current user, change a password, update a profile, and delete account. Deleting account, over here I have to keep this particular thing in mind. As soon as I am actually deleting the user's account, if that is a teacher, in that case so if that is a teacher, all the courses related to the teacher should automatically be deleted. Not only the courses, all the courses, then all the course lessons, not only lessons, description, etc., all those things, the user's profile, the reviews of the courses, almost everything. So delete account is not just one normal thing, rather when you are actually deleting the account, you are actually handling many things at the same time. Updating the profile and all, fine. This is the most important thing, because though you are just simply deleting the account, but behind the scene n number of things are gonna be happening. Having said that, let's simply go ahead with the first thing. Again, Control C, get current user, gonna be pretty much fine, but give me the code for this. Since you already have authenticate middleware, one more thing. Let me go to routes first of all. Routes in the sense, which one? Auth routes over here. I'm gonna be using, if you are trying to log out, so you need to be authenticated. So authenticate. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. Login register don't require it. Logging refresh token doesn't require it. Forgot password, reset password, verify email, resend verification email does require it. So authenticate. So let me bring it here. Like this, and this is gonna be protected routes, and instead of protect, let me name it protect. I like this name. Okay, let's go with the authenticate only, but later I could name it as this as well. And this is gonna be unprotected routes, public routes. So public routes, these are the routes that I have. Email verify, it is not quite required. Coming back to this, after auth I can go to this user, and inside this user I have this many of them. First of all, me, so I can get current user. This needs to be imported, and this profile get current. Really, I'm gonna be using it twice. Let's see. Wow. Let me go to this Control X. How many of them do I have? I have get current user and change password, update profile and delete account, right? And me and profile. In that case, me should be mainly used for checking whether you actually exist or not, and profile is get current user, that is fine, or get profile it should be. So if I actually go here, I can actually name it get profile, just like this, and coming back to this one, get current user, this has already returned that, and let's copy it. Once I've actually copied this, that is actually get profile now. So let me get, okay, get current user, that does make sense. Apart from this particular thing, I actually need to install some of the things. User needs to be imported, and then API response need to do a number of things. But first of all, let me ask this question. If I have slash me route, what should be, and slash profile routes, what should be return, what should be the names of the controllers, and what they should return. Slash me, okay, slash me route purpose return currently authenticated user. This route is tied to authentication, so users slash me, and it should be get me. Okay, that's fine, get current user or get me. And the second is auth control.ts. It should be controller file, usually inside auth or inside user controller. Mainly this is gonna be related to the auth, so I'm gonna be keeping it inside that. And the second one is what it returns, so it's gonna be returning the user information too. And then the next thing is that get current user and all. Then I have profile, it should be get user profile, and it should be inside user.controller, and it should be returning this, and this is the profiles information. Okay, so let me do one thing over here. First of all, I'm gonna be naming it get profile first of all, and once this is actually get profile, I'm gonna be back here. First of all, let's remove this particular thing, and this should be get profile. Once this is done, then that's okay. First of all, remove this as well. Change password, import it. Delete account, it needs to be imported too, so let's simply import it as well. So these things are done. Not only that, I even need to go to my auth routes, and over here I will have one more, and that's gonna be protected one. So when it comes to this protected one, router dot get slash me, and of course it needs to be authenticated, so authenticate, but this is not what I want. This is how it's gonna be going ahead, and it will be get me. I need to even create it. So let's go to this one, and maybe just after this I will have export this me function, sorry, controller, and this me controller can be get from here, get current user. This is where I'm gonna be having this. So get current user, get me, fine, async handler, request response. So user is gonna be request dot user, that does exist, and the ID, that's okay. If not user, then throw this error, otherwise return this response, and I'm gonna be sending the user from here to JSON format. Okay, I'm sending the user, that's great, but at the end of the day I have to create the type as well. Okay, creating the type, can do that, that's gonna be a to do, and let's not make it a to do, let's rather create the type directly over here. And when it comes to the type is going to be what, get me response, right? So the type for this is going to be get me response. I have login response, logout response, refresh token response, export type get me response, there's gonna be just the user. So user type, I'm gonna be picking everything from the user type and this, and save users. This makes sense. Even when I send the login response and all of that time I send the user information, so pick from user type and this and save users. Same thing is gonna be happening here, save user type, right? So instead of doing it over and over, export type save user is gonna be this, once it is actually save user. So instead of using it here, I mean at so many places, I can use the save user type here, and this is how it's gonna be done. So ultimately I'm able to use the save user here. Okay, this thing is done, and once I have get me response, I should be able to go here, and I'm going to give it the type, generic type, and that's gonna be get me response. I need to import it, so let's simply import it, and the job is done. Isn't it imported? Now any problem? No problem as such, this is fine. Okay, so this response is gonna be fine over here, and as for this one, let me make it simpler. Const user ID is gonna be this, and I will be checking whether the user ID actually exists or not, and if the user ID does not exist, then I will be throwing the error, and this is how I'm gonna be going ahead with the things. So user ID request.user.id, and once this is done, check it whether it exists. After that, find the user by the ID. So that's it, done. So this particular section is done, and logout, I mean everything's fine. Coming back to this one, this get me I need to import, so this is gonna be here /me get me, and done. So ultimately auth route is done right now. Close this as well, close, don't close this one, control, then user get profile. And what am I doing here when getting the profile? Okay, again the same thing. First of all, I'm checking whether the request.user does not exist or not. If not user ID, I'm gonna be going with the same way. If not user ID, then unauthorized, and let me make it optional. Okay, selecting password, is it required? I don't even select the password, because that is removed automatically, so I don't need to worry about this. So this thing is done, got the user, and check the user again. After that, return the response, and this is gonna be get profile response. Again, I'm returning the user from here, so get profile response is gonna be the same. So in that case, auth type, export type get profile response, and both things are exactly the same. Change password response, I'm not sending any data there, so this way I'm gonna be keeping it here. get profile response. So ultimately things are gonna be a bit better organized, nothing else. This automatically removes the sensitive fields, so no need to worry about the sensitive fields at all. And this particular thing is done. Change password. Change password. When changing the password, user should be logged in first of all, and as the user is already logged in, I should be able to change the password directly. First of all, let's see what happens here. Complete this. I even need to have the Zod schema. Thank God it created that. So let's see first of all this particular section here. So remove it and see what is the logic. So first of all, request.user. Okay, fine. I'm gonna be checking the user as well. That's even better. And once I've checked the user, authentication required and all. And after that, old password, new password, confirm password. Is that really required? Fine, if it is required. Okay, once I'm getting this, if new password, this particular thing is problematic here. New password should be equals to confirm password. Let's simply remove it. Why am I removing it? Because I'm gonna be using Zod schema. This is mainly going to be the Zod schema. I will have all these things from here. It will automatically check whether the new password is equals to confirm password, so we don't really need to worry about that. And this is actually gonna be the type for that, so let's simply copy it. Once this is actually copied, I will go to the validator. Validators, auth validators, nope, user validators. So let me create one more validator here. That's gonna be user.validator.ts. Okay, that's fine. Coming back to this one, I'm gonna be pasting it, and I will import Zod here. So import everything as Z from Zod, and a few more things I need to have here. Why do I have them? They are not required. So this much is done. Exporting it from here. Const. As for the type, export change password input is gonna be of this type. No need to worry about this as well. And simple, done. Close this. Come back here. And first of all, I will check whether the user actually exists or not. And just after that, something interesting will happen. What is that interesting thing? Const. Result is gonna be change password schema dot save parse request dot body. Once that is done, result, and after that I will get the result from result dot data. Errors, it should be issues, and that should at least solve this error. But let's see what's gonna be happening. As of this thing, as for this thing, I'm not gonna be needing it. Find the user. This thing is done. Confirm password. No need to have the confirm password over here. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead. And old password, new password. Old password, new password. Confirm password is already checked by the Zod side, so I don't need to worry about that. I do need to validate the old password, so that is fine. Okay. Not user, just simply throw the error. Is the password valid? Is password correct? This is the method that I have created, so that's fine. I'm just simply passing the old password. If it is not correct, throw the error. If it is correct, that's okay, and then update it. So user password, new password, and optional but recommended refresh token and invalidate that, so that's fine as well. So invalidate refresh token. This is how it's gonna be going ahead. Save everything. Once everything is saved, return the response and done. Now what should be the type of this? I'm not returning anything, so no type is required. Fine. So this particular thing is done as well. So ultimately this is gonna be the change password section. Update profile. In update profile, you will be getting all the values. Some of them are gonna be there, some of them are gonna be missing. So whatever values you get from the front end side, just update all of them, and the remaining ones, they are gonna be there. So this is how it should be going on. Now let's see what the AI returns. You should know, you should have the idea what AI response is gonna look like. If you don't have the idea, then that's gonna be problematic. Even if you have the idea, if it is not compulsory to just copy and paste. Like if you are not actually doing a job of something, better write the code on your own. Even this is the only project where I'm actually taking the help of AI. Most of the time I ignore this, and even I feel like I'm doing something wrong when I'm actually taking the help of AI. But okay, as this has started, let's finish it, and later onwards I will make sure that I don't take the help of AI this much, right? AI does the job really quick, but before that you need to be able to just not only understand, you should be able to just write the code on your own. The most important thing in this era. Having said that, coming back to this one, update profile, let's copy everything and see whether it is actually working as expected or not. And I need to have the type update profile. I will be getting the data. When updating the profile, I can update the name, full name, username, avatar. Yeah, I think anything else should I be able to update? Let's go to the model. Inside profile, whoa, bro, I don't even have the profile model here. I forgot to create that. Great. I will have my profile. I will have my number over there in my profile. Okay, profile can be not that, yeah. So at the end of the day, I have my username, I have my email, I have the full name. This can be updated. I have the avatar. This can be updated, and I have information related to profile here. So this should be updated. Now I even need to make my profile model, and then I can just simply go ahead to what? Then I can just simply go ahead to change the profile information. So I will say one thing, give it, and let's see how many things is gonna be added. Create the profile model for Udemy type tech platform. Okay, let's see. Additional info, profile, bio, whatever. Oh, bio, headline, website. Too much. I'm not gonna be having these many things. I will keep it simpler. But let's. it has added a lot of things actually. So at the end of the day, this is the interface that it has created. Let's simply copy everything. I will be organizing the things better, but ultimately this is what it has created, and I will be removing a lot of things from here, because in my profile I want to even keep it simpler. It should not be this much, because the more fields are there, the more code I have to write. The simple thing. And let's have the important ones. So first of all, this user information. So if there is a profile, that should have the ID of the user. So user, mongoose, object ID, reference is gonna be user, required unique, both of them are gonna be fine. Apart from this particular thing, let's talk about the next one, bio. User bio. User bio. Max length 500. At the end of the day, what I want, this should be such a website where you are actually creating your own profile. So it's like you have a profile and people can find you using that profile. So it's like this is not just an edtech platform, it's gonna be a platform where you have everything in the sense you can buy the courses, you can purchase the courses, you can create groups, you can talk to the people, you can make the video calls, you can discuss the topics, you can take the help of AI, you can generate the quiz, you can create your own profile. Whatever courses you have gone through, the progress is there. So ultimately your overall profile is going to be created, and as your profile is created, so using your username, people should be able to find you, people should be able to check what all you have learned and how many courses you have actually completed, how many courses you actually purchased forget about the purchase, they should not be able to see this thing, but at least they should be able to see how many courses you have completed, and even in your profile certificates should be there, so your certificate should already be there. And once this much is done, later we can even add the resume part. Wow. I'm just sitting here thinking don't know what. Once your profile is created and you have completed courses as well, and once you have completed courses, then there should this is the future thing, that in your profile, what there's gonna be one more option for the resume part. So over in the resume section, you will get some information from your account itself, and you will have to enter some information, or there's gonna be AI that will already have the access of your overall course completion, overall the things that you have learned, and it will ask you a bit more about you. And then once you enter that, AI should be able to generate the resume for you too, and overall full package done. This is gonna be a big one in the sense that is why I'm taking the help of AI, because if I work on it directly, don't know how many years it's gonna take. So it's time to take the help of AI and build whatever comes in your mind. Having said that, there's gonna be socket implemented, there's gonna be WebRTC implemented, there's gonna be maybe a board in the sense canvas implemented here. So if you are in the meeting, you should be able to just draw something, and when you are drawing something, that can be shared as well, that can be recorded as well. बहुत कुछ है नहीं. This is an edtech platform, but again there's a long way to go. Let's simply keep working on this. So bio should definitely be there. I will not shy away from this. I will add this. Max length, this is the wrong way. Doesn't AI know that how it's written? Let's go to Mongoose. I think, not this one, MongoDB. Mongoose max length. And the thing is that at the end of the day, I can give only 3 hours. But even if I'm giving it 3 hours, the goal is such a big goal that these many features should be there in the website. By the time it's gonna be ready, it's gonna be fantastic. Again, I have to go to the schemas, types, schema, Control F, max length. I'm not using it anywhere. Schema type, models, queries. Schema types should be here. Max length, yeah, this is capital L. So let me ask you, I think both of them are allowed. Is that so? So max length versus max length. In Mongoose, both max length work, but there's a difference in the origin. Max length original Mongoose option. So max length, max modern JS style. So this is the modern JS style. Okay, let me do one thing. This time I'm gonna be giving it a, gonna tell it everything. So I want to create an edit tech platform where option number one, user should be able to log in. It's pretty simple, yeah. Of course people will log in and all. User should be able to purchase the courses. Second, keep the track of the progress. Third thing, should be able to take quizzes. Should be able to talk to the AI about the lesson. Fifth, should instructor should be able to create the courses, quizzes, add notes in the lessons, LESS ON. Okay, lessons, go live, upload recorded videos, go live for for the particular course or a particular lesson, and whatever options are there on Udemy, all those options should be there. Look for other websites like Coursera and add anything you find good in those websites. 8. Students should be able to create groups, courses wise, and join them. They should be able to join them, and what they should be able to chat, and there should be an option to create meeting, and there should be an option to create and join meeting in the group itself, so that anybody who wishes should join and discuss the things related to the course or topic. This thing is done. The profile, the AI should be able to summarize the meeting. How will the AI summarize the meeting? I don't know. So this is something that I will have to learn, and AI should be able to summarize the meeting to AI should be able to summarize the videos, summarize the lessons, and summarize the lessons. 10 number, the profile itself should contain all the info so that people can check the profile of the user with the username, and they can see the progress and courses the user has completed. Okay, with the help of the completed courses and user profile and AI question and answers session, user should be able to create resumes, templates. What else? Anything else? There should be coding arena where coders can, just a minute, let me open the door. Hang on for a sec. I'll be right back. Alrighty, coming back to this. So there should be a coding arena where coders can code. It's easy to implement this. Creating a coding. So it is possible to do that, but what? How can people code here in the group? I don't know how can people participate here. People can create the folders and all, that is fine, but coding in the group, I don't know this is possible, but I can definitely create this coding platform where user can go and code directly. Like they will get the VS Code version over there, so I will be just I can add that on the website so that they click on start coding and all, they will get the VS Code online and they can just simply code over there. And 13, what is remaining now? Suggest add more options if you can. For now, add demo payment because I don't know about. I can learn it, right? Okay, I can learn the payment system as well. Add the payment system too. Lastly, add some more options from your own side, and that's it. Add some more features from your own side if that's something that can be added, and then give me proper explanation of the things that are going to be added in this edtech platform. Go ahead. You are basically describing a full-scale edtech ecosystem, something like mix of Udemy, Coursera, Discord, LeetCode, AI tutor. Of course, I will structure the platform so it's clear, scalable, and production ready. Core module of the platform. Your platform should be divided into major system modules: authentication and user management, course management system, learning system, assessment system, quiz exam, community and collaboration, AI learning assistance, live classes, meetings, coding practice environment, payments, monetization, profiles and resume builder, analytics and progress tracking, notification and messaging, admin and moderation. Let's go through one by one. So authentication and user management, you need three roles: student and all these things. Okay, the second thing is that username. Each user profile should contain username, bio, avatar, skills, completed courses, progress, certificates, ratings, social links, projects, resumes. Okay, public profile can be coding the code.site / Vipendra. @Vipendra would be better. Or / Vipendra, that's even fine. Can see course. People can see course completed, progress, certificates, activity discussions, and coding submissions. Coding submissions. This is okay. Let's see how I will be implementing this particular part. This makes the platform career focused. So course management system. This is the core of the platform. Course structure. Course sections. So there are gonna be course sections. There's gonna be lessons. Lesson will contain notes, videos, statements, quiz, coding exercise, and all. And that's fine. And if there is a coding related part, so I will be adding VS Code here as well. And instructor can create the course, add lessons, upload videos, upload notes, quizzes, add assignments, schedule lives and all. That's fine. Title, description, price, label, language, duration, text, thumbnail, preview, video, rating. Learning system. This is the student learning experience. Lesson player includes video player, notes, transcript, Q&A, AI chat, bookmark, progress tracking, lesson completed, time spent, quiz results, course completion percentage, course progress 65%, lesson completed 14, 20. Okay, assessment system, quiz exams. Instructor can create quizzes, questions, MCQ, true false, 14, this, and time limit, attempts, passing marks, auto grading. Student sees score, correct answers, explanations, ranking score. AI learning assessment. This is a major differentiator. AI feature, AI lesson chat. Students should ask, explain this concept, give example, simplify this topic. Or AI only answers based on the lesson content. That simply means I will have to learn about LangChain and all in order to get it done. But this is the future thing, so that can be done. Even I know AI. It's not like I cannot integrate that, but how to implement LangChain and all, I still have to learn about that. So okay, not really big problem. AI lesson summary, express, middleware explained, authentication, reliability, example. Okay, reliability verification, AI meeting summary, topics discussion, node authentication, reliability refresh tokens and all, items, weapon will revise meeting summary. Okay, got it. AI quiz generator, create quiz, AI creates questions from lesson. That's a good thing, a good one. This can be done. Apart from this particular thing, you yourself can create the quizzes. AI course recommendation. It's like you completed the course, now ask the AI to create the quiz. It will give you the questions and all. Complete that. Not only that, there's gonna be quiz from the teacher side as well. And there are gonna be notes and also you can just simply download them. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. Suggest courses based on skills, completed course and goals. Community and collaboration. Each course has a community space. So students can create a Node.js beginners, React. Okay, these are the communities that they can create. Group features, chat, threads. What is this thread? I don't know. File sharing is fine. Vice rooms is fine. Video meetings is also fine. Thread, I will have to know more about. Very similar to Discord servers. Yeah. But it's not gonna be as good as Discord is because they, of course, this is just gonna be normal one, but people these options are gonna be there. Live classes and meetings, live video, screen sharing, chat, raise hand, polls, recording, or at least I can implement all of them. WebRTC, WebSockets, yes, FU media server. I will have to learn about SFU media server before I even start working on this AI thing, because I just know peer-to-peer connection, how you can create the WebRTC connection using peer-to-peer, but that is not scalable. I will have to learn about SFU. Most importantly, I will have to learn about media soup, so that media soup helps you create a server, so you can directly create a web socket, a WebRTC connection to the server, and server will be responsible for sending you the media streams from all other people. So this is how it goes. Again, to do meeting rooms, students can create discussion rooms, so join discussion, start discussion, screen share, collaboration, everything is fine. Collaboration coding, this is I don't know how I'll implement this. Collaborative coding. Collaborative coding means what? I can create a collaborative board over there. They can just simply write the things and all. As for collaborative coding, it is definitely possible, but it is not in my knowledge scope. So let's see how we'll be getting it done. But I will definitely be adding one thing, the board. People should be able to write the things. There can be many people in the same place, and they should be able to just get the things done. Coding practice environment. So it's like whatever I've learned so far, or whatever I've made so far, I'm just trying to combine everything together. Full package, one website. Coding practice environment for coding courses, built-in code editor. Support built-in code editor. What I was thinking right now, let's simply give it the VS Code. Forget about this JavaScript, Python and all. I'm directly give the VS Code environment, and over there they should be able to run anything. Having said that, VS Code ultimately will support everything, and there is what image, container image, VS Code's container image, and that actually gives you the interface as well. So in this case, I will not have to work a lot. I can even show you that. The name is coder. What is the name? Coder.com. Yeah. So this website I will be using. It simply gives you the interface. So not only the interface for VS Code, it even gives you the interface of others like JetBrains, others as well. I just used VS Code so far, so you can just get the UI part from here. Like, it will be responsible for handling everything, so the job gets easier. So that's what I was thinking, because I just know this much, so I should be going with what I already know, rather than creating lead code. No, that's not gonna be happening, at least yet. Features, code editor, test cases, evolution, hints, AI debugging. By the way, all these things can be happen directly in the AI itself, like the VS Code. It can be added here, similar to lead code and HackerRank, but I don't know it yet, or I haven't implemented it yet. So it's gonna be future thing. Not gonna be this. I will be providing the VS Code altogether, an option to code, but it's not gonna be exactly like lead code. Payments and monetization, UPI, Razorpay type, personal banking, wallets. I need to learn this. I don't know it, honestly. If by the time it is actually needed, if I don't know it, I will create a demo payment. Otherwise, I will actually be implementing this. Having said that, I will only be able to give 3 hours in a day. So let's see how it's gonna be going ahead. But I will be taking the help of AI. That simply means writing code will not take a lot of time. User selects courses checkout. Okay. User select courses checkout, payment gateway, web hook, confirmation, access granted, revenue model, instructor share 70%, platform share 30%, or submission monthly plan. Profile and resume builder. One unique feature you mentioned, AI resume builder. So AI uses completed course, quizzes, projects, coding assignments, AI conversations, skills, Node.js, Express, MongoDB, REST APIs. Okay, these are the skills that are required. So if you know Node.js, Express, MongoDB, and REST APIs, you can create it. Auto generates resume templates, analytics and progress tracking, learning hours, course completed, strike and skills gained. Instructor says course revenue, students engagement, drop rate, and quiz performance. Notifications, course updates, new lessons, quiz results, live class reminder, group message, email, push notifications, in-app. Lastly, app. I will create the app as well. Why? I'm learning React Native. So later in the future, the app is actually going to be created. First of all, the main focus is on the website, because there are going to be many features. So let's get the website ready, and then we will focus, I mean, start working on the AI. Having app section. Having said that, I have just started learning that, and even maybe I'm gonna be taking 1.5 a month, at least a month, to learn the React Native. After that, I will start building the things and all. It's not difficult. The thing is that I don't have that much time to give to learning React Native, and that is why. Admin approve instructor, admin controls, approve instructors, moderate course, handle reports, manage payments, analytic dashboard, and additional advanced features highly recommended. After course completion, download certificate, verify certificate link. One thing can be here, that there should be a certificate validator. So what you can do, that's going to be AI, and you have to just simply upload your certificate over there, and the AI will get the information from your certificate, and the AI will validate whether this certificate has actually been issued from this website or not. So in this way, even if there is a, I mean, wrong, like pre-made certificate, AI will be able to check whether this has been issued from this platform or not. But I will add it here too. So download certificate, verify certificate link. I think this is what it says. Full stack developer path, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Node.js, React, MongoDB. Gamification, points, badges, leaderboards, strikes, 10-day learning strike. Okay, this can actually be added too. So it should be done from the instructor side, that instructor is actually able to just create these types of learning strikes and all, or students should be able to create it. So course wise, a student should be able to create the no, it's gonna be too much in that case. Yeah, a student should actually, but if the students are actually allowed, then there are gonna be many strikes, and that's gonna be the worst thing. So the teacher should be able to create the I mean, this a 10-day learning strike and all. Otherwise, if students are actually allowed, then forget about there are gonna be as many strikes as there are students, so that's gonna be bad. AI becomes a personal teacher, asks questions, check understanding, creates practice tasks, offline learning, mobile app feature, download videos, watch offline. And one more thing, if in future I'm going to integrate app, at that time my refresh token will not work, because as for right now, refresh token is only for one website. So in future I will have to manage many refresh tokens. That simply means I will have to learn that as well. Simple. Students marketplace, students can sell notes, share projects, offer mentorship. This thing is interesting. Why not? This was the only thing that was remaining. Suggested tech stack, Node.js, Express, TypeScript, MongoDB, Redis. I still need to learn proper things about Redis, and socket.io. Front-end React, Next.js, Tailwind, Redux, real-time, WebSocket, WebRTC. These are the tech stacks that are needed for creating this. AI, OpenAI, RAG system. Yeah, this RAG system I need to learn, and vector database. It's not like I know nothing, but I'm not good at them. So I am good at using OpenAI, that's okay, or any AI model. But I need to learn about this RAG system. Infrastructure, AWS S3, I can use that. CloudFront, CDN. Okay, I'll have to learn about this as well. Docker, okay, fine. Kubernetes, this is just for the deployment and all, and by that time I will have to learn the Kubernetes as well. Gonna be done, don't worry. Database design, simplified. Main collection, users, courses, sections, lessons, quizzes, questions, progress, payments, groups, message, meetings, submissions, certificates. Fine. This platform could be huge. If built fully, this becomes something like Udemy plus Coursera plus Discord plus LeetCode plus AI tutor. But if I want to build it fully, gonna be dead, by the way. This is a multi-million-dollar platform. What the hell? Okay, if you want, I can also show you complete system architecture, production level, full database schema, backend microservices, AI architecture, step-by-step roadmap to build this project, very important. Okay, let's simply go through them one by one. I need this first of all architecture production level, but before that I wanna just save everything, because at the end of the day this AI is gonna make everything worse. So control C. It's not like I have to start from the beginning. The overall things I have already got done, but I just want to add everything whatever is possible to be added. So overall base is already ready for the backend. I will be going with this way only, but before that I need to be sure exactly what all I'm gonna be adding, and I have only half an hour remaining. So meanwhile let's simply discuss about this thing, exactly how many things are gonna be added. And week my world, that is nothing but coding. I have to go to this edtech platform, this access interpreter, user schema. Well, forget about this user schema. What is this gonna be? Let's have a page over here, and this is gonna be intro. Okay, and over here edtech details, and intro should contain everything. Yeah, I think so. So in that case I can be back here. Let me delete this and let's simply paste it here. Let's see how it's gonna be going on. Many things are here, but overall things are fine. Core modules of the edtech platforms. First of all, let me remove this. These are the ones. Authentication management, 3 roles are gonna be needed. These are gonna be the ones. Profile, the users are gonna be containing that. Example can actually be like this. That's great. After that course management, this thing is done. Create one course data, learning system, Q&A. I mean I can go through it later in the future. And why did I just remove some of the things? Let everything be here. Extra things are the only things that are going to be removed. Otherwise I'm gonna be having everything divided into major. Done. If there's something really extra, then I will be removing it. Otherwise things are completely fine here. Q&A, progress, assessment, differentiator, live classes, WebSocket, all these things are gonna be there, and overall things are fine. And lastly I will be removing the last option that is here, multi-million-dollar idea. Let's simply remove this, and that's it. Great. Let's continue. The next thing that I want from this is to just simply tell me about this complete system architecture production level. Let me ask this question. Since you want to want a production level edtech platform, the architecture must support millions of users, live classes, real-time chat, video stream, AI features, payments, coding environments. So we cannot build it as simple a single node JS server. It needs scalable architectures. I'll show you real industry architecture used by platforms like these. Okay, so users, CDN, CloudFront, load balancer, API gateway, WebSocket gateway. Okay, let's do it like this. So far what have I been doing? What I was thinking of doing, I was supposed to be creating separate, I mean same backend for the API as well as the WebSocket. It's better to create two different backends. That is gonna be done. So this is gonna be a WebSocket backend is going to be different, and API gateway is gonna be different, and they are gonna be just at the end of the day connected. Having said that, there is gonna be like Kafka and all. I don't know it. So microservices, I'm not aware of that much. So it's not gonna be added other in the future, I think. Front end mobile app. As for this mobile app, I will be thinking about this later. And even if when it comes to creating that separate separate backend, then it's better to just simply go with turbo repo. But if I go with turbo repo this time after creating this much, then I don't really think this is gonna be the best option. Or I can go, this is just a backend, I can just simply keep everything inside the turbo repo as well. Let me ask this question, because it's gonna be great thing if I actually add turbo. Let's see whether it actually what it says, because in turbo repo what will happen, I will be able to create global level types. I will be able to create a global level what is that thing called, uh, DB client. So I will not have to create the things over and over. That is the plus point of using Turbo Repo. But let's see how it's gonna be. Well, it's no use just simply going through it. I will just simply ask one thing: give me the model and all, so that I can just simply continue. And as for the remaining things, I will be digging deeper into future. But let me ask one question: can I use Turbo Repo for this? Will it cause problems when deploying it? Yes, you can absolutely use Turbo Repo for this project. In fact, for large platforms like EdTech systems, described a monorepo with Turbo Repo is often very good choice. It helps manage multiple apps and services in one repository while keeping builds fast. The important question is deployment. Turbo Repo itself does not cause deployment problems, but the way you structure and deploy the apps matters. What Turbo Repo actually does: Turbo Repo is not a framework, not a runtime. It is a build system for monorepos. It helps manage multiple apps, shared packages, build pipelines and caching. Example structure for your attack platform. So I will have app, web, API, AI services and worker. Background jobs, microservices, backend, frontend. Okay, fine. UI, DB, config and all. Why Turbo Repo is good for your platform? Because I will have this shared services, AI services, making services and all these things. So in that case, without a mono repo, you would have 5 to 10 separate repositories that will be difficult to maintain. That's what I was thinking. So with Turbo Repo, one repository, many apps, shared code. Deployment with the Turbo Repo, deployment does not deploy the whole repo together. Instead, each app is deployed independently. Whoa. So deployment does not deploy the whole repo together. Instead, each app is deployed independently. So front end is gonna be Vercel, backend AWS Docker, workers Docker, AI services JPU and all. Each one becomes its own deployable service. Example production ready. Web Vercel, API deployed AWS ECS, chat service deployed to Docker, AI service deployed to JPU server and all. CI/CD. Won't it be a problem because the code is going to be shared? Repo. No, sharing code in Turbo Repo will not cause the problem in deployment if it is structured correctly. In fact, code sharing is the main reason Turbo Repo exists. Many production systems use this pattern safely. Why shared code is not a problem? In Turbo Repo, shared code usually lives inside packages. Examples over here. So packages DB contains models, database utilities and all. Then your backend apps import it. That is right. During build, the code is bundled into each app. At runtime, the services do not depend on the monorepo. Wow, क्या बात है? It's amazing. It is just simply saying that, bro, when you actually build this, at the time things are actually built, and when the things are actually built, so even if you deploy them separately, that's not gonna be a problem. So production servers can run independent builds. What happens during deployment? Even though the code is shared, each service is built separately. So app we have build, app API build, app chat build, and those builds, each service contains its own compiled code. So in production, it becomes front-end server, back-end server, chat server, AI server. And we need to create this. We need to create the front-end as well, back-end. These are the servers that we need to, ultimately 4 servers we will need. AI server most probably will be using Python. So for that thing, now don't blame me for that. I will be using fast API. But again, this is the thing for the future, because until unless you are using Python for the AI server, creating the LangChain models and all is gonna be extremely difficult. I mean, I haven't created it, but at the end of the day, most of the work that is related to the AI should be done in Python. It gets easier to maintain the things. And chat server is gonna be using WebSocket. Backend server you already know API. Frontend server you already know that. So they do not rely on any Turbo Repo anymore. Turbo Repo only helps during development and build time. That's amazing thing. So should we done it? Why not? So from tomorrow onwards, I've done this much. This is not really big thing. We've been focusing on this, but one more thing. Uh, Now for this tech platform, with what should I go? What should I use for this? Prisma or MongoDB? For your tech platform, the better approach is usually MongoDB plus Mongoose, Prisma if you prefer, but the choice depends on your data relationship and scale. Since your platform will include courses, lessons, chats, meetings, AI logs, progress tracking, etc., we should analyze it properly. So important clarification: Prisma is not a database. Yeah, that's right. So it is a ORM that works with a database like PostgreSQL and all. So the real choice, MongoDB versus this with Prisma. MongoDB approach, using MongoDB examples, I get it. So advantage could be nested documents, flexible schema, rapid development, very useful for all these things. Example for courses, okay, got it. Using relation database like this with Prisma, things are gonna be created like this: course sections, lessons, quizzes. Ultimately they are not gonna be nested, so this creates many tables. That's right. Advantages: relational database are better for transactions, payments, and blah blah blah. And what large tech platforms do: large tech platforms often use multiple databases, literally. So users are gonna be using PostgreSQL, courses MongoDB, chat MongoDB, payments post. Wow. Insane. Should I do this too? Best option for you, realistic, since you already using Node.js, Mongoose, and MongoDB, and your system includes courses and all. Simplest architecture could be MongoDB plus Redis. Yeah, Redis is gonna be really a good one, where MongoDB fits for all these things, and Redis where SQL is better. Your platform becomes large, SQL is better for payment, subscription, financial. Later SQL can definitely be added, but for these things, so yeah, it is not like you can only use one database, you can use more than one. Even you can use Redis, and also it's completely optional. Later in future it can be we can work on this. Hybrid architecture ideal, best architecture for your project: MongoDB learning data, PostgreSQL payments, and Redis caching and sockets and all. So okay, as for this PostgreSQL, it I will do it later, but for now I will be going with or I may add it later, not now, but later in the future I may be adding PostgreSQL as well. So ultimately it will be handling the payment part. Prisma with MongoDB. So Prisma also supports MongoDB, but many developers prefer Mongoose because MongoDB plus Mongoose mature ecosystem, and that's what I'm gonna be using actually. My recommendation, did this great. Okay, fine. So ultimately things are clear. Now the last thing, I'm gonna be going to the top. Now I want to get this schema so that I can start working on it. And tomorrow I will start work on. I will focus on the turbo repo. What? Turbo repo architecture. Okay, so I will create it, and most of the code is already written, so I will just simply copy and paste the things. But turbo repo architecture is going to be created. That is for sure. That will happen. Come on, yeah, here it is. Not this, yeah. Where was I earlier? So many things. Okay, this is the production level, whatever. Whew. Coming back to this one, I am supposed to be customizing this particular query prompt. And what can this be? Full database schema. Give me full database schema for Mongoose. I don't know about microservices, so if I don't know, so I don't know. I will not be integrating that. Simple. Oh, great job. Ultimately this is going to be created. And I will do my level best to structure the things in the best way possible, because In a production level applications, the code needs to be structured really well. Rather, it needs to be divided into lots of components, it needs to be functional, and there should be functions doing the job, so that you just do not repeat do not repeat yourself. So by the way, this is gonna be just simply creating the schema, and this is gonna be schema for everything, whatever you thought of so far. Okay, this should be there. Ultimately, we have the schema for that thing, and then we can just even we have already written the schema of user, but again we'll see it, not really big problem. So this is the schema that I've got, and what I'll do actually here, I'm just gonna copy and paste everything. Hopefully I will be able to scroll quite quick. From here it actually starts. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna be saving everything in my notes, so that because if you keep asking questions to the AI, it keeps getting confused. It starts hallucinating. I hope that's the right pronunciation. Yeah, whatever the word is, I hope that's hallucinating. So because of that thing, I need to just keep everything separate, so that whenever I want, I can give it the data, and it should be able to generate the response. So intro is this. Just below that, I will have models / bench. Alright, came back, great. Never expected this thing. Usually whenever I get disconnected for a long time, at that time I have to just simply turn off, like turn on the airplane mode and turn it off. This is how it just simply goes. By the way, it worked this time, nothing could be better. And as for this thing, it's not bad. Okay, I will make a proper headlines for them, so that they don't seem to be a lot, but right now it's fine. Later I'm gonna be just simply customizing it as per the need, and that's it. So this is gonna be done. And if I actually go to the Mangoose right now, sorry, here. So what all it will contain? It contains users, find courses, sections, lessons, quizzes, questions, enrollments, quiz attempts, groups, messages, meetings, payments, certificates, submissions, reviews, notifications, AI conversations. So ultimately these are the things that it will contain. Doesn't it contain chats? It contains messages. So messages will be equivalent to the chats. Yeah, I think so. So since you are already learning, okay, so these are the things that it contains, but I need to go to the top, and it's actually gonna be much. So let me directly, yeah, this does help. So when in the user, I have the username, that's great. I have the email, I have the full name, password, avatar, role I have, bio I don't have in my main user schema that I had. Skills I don't have, so I will be adding them. Social links, really important to be added. Completed course, that's already added there. Refresh token already added. Email verified already added. Few things that I need to add, that is these three things, they need to be added there. But having said that, I should have my profile separately. Having profile separately in the sense, user courses, well, the profile is not separate here, at least. Courses, sections, lessons, quiz, yeah, it's not separate. In that case, what should I do? Is user's number required here? If it is an tech platform, so there should be user's number. So I will be adding the user's number here as well. So user's number is gonna be there too, but okay, that can be done anytime, not really big problem. Course schema, title, description, instructor, thumbnail, price, level, language, text, sections. Sections are gonna be containing the subsections, ultimately lessons, and ultimate section, this will contain the sections, but at the end of the sections will contain the lessons. Rating, total students is published though. This is done. Then course, I have 10 minutes. Course, lesson, and this is the section schema mainly. So it will have the course ultimately. Wait, there's gonna be a separate lesson, and that lesson will contain all the lessons, and at the end of the day, this course will be just simply referencing to that. There's gonna be different course as well. So inside section schema, when you get the section, at the end of the day you will be looking for the course and you will be looking for the videos related to that course. That's it. Okay, that's fine too, not really big problem. Order number, this section will have the order number. Fine, it should have, so that I can just number it. I mean, I can display it based on that particular number. Lesson schema, title section, video notes, attachments, quizzes, coding quizzes. Okay, fine. Coding exercises and number, quiz schema. There should be title, time limit, passing score, questions and all. That's okay. And not only this, there should be quiz result. So I have this lesson. Of this lesson, this particular quiz is title, limit, passing score, and all these things are gonna be here. As for the with the help of the lesson ID, I will be finding the quiz. That is simple, because there can be more than one quizzes, that is for sure. And how will I get them? I will be getting them using the help of the lesson ID. That's fine. Question schema will contain the quiz. It will contain the quiz. Question schema. So question schema in the sense, the quiz that you have, the question that you have, the type that you have, MCQ, true, false or short answer, options, correct answer and explanation. Where is this gonna be used though? So quiz, and then I need to worry about the question schema. So this question schema will contain the quiz, and then it will contain the question as well. The type can be MCQ, true, false. I need to know more about this, exactly how it's gonna be used. Not quite sure about this particular use here, but okay, I will be digging deeper into this. And enrollment schema, student course progress, complete. Okay, this is fine. Quiz attempt, yeah, this is really good. How many times the user actually attempted that, so that I could show it. And one more thing, the most important thing, working with this, I will be using MongoDB aggregation. Without MongoDB aggregation, it's gonna be extremely hard to just manage the things. So yeah, that is something will be used in this part. That is bound to be used actually. With the help of MongoDB aggregation, you should be able to just simply look for the data and all. So look up the data. That gets easier to maintain the things. Let's see, gonna be fun. Quiz, answers, questions. Answers contains questions and their answers and all. That's okay. And this question references to the question schema. Group schema. Okay, that's actually a lot. I should be just calling it. Group schema, courses, name, category, members, fine. Group schema, course, this particular course group, then created by, okay, this is the host. Members, these are the members inside the group, fine. Chat, message, so message schema is gonna be responsible for that. This is the group for the chat, this is the sender, this is the message, these are the attachments. Attachment will mainly contain the URL, so that is okay. On the basis of the URL, you will be able to figure out whether this is an image and all, so that's understandable. Moreover, attachment should contain the URL, that is fine. Attachment should also contain the type of that particular URL, so that if that is an image, I can render the image. If that is a PDF, I can just simply show the download option for the PDF. Meeting schema, group is gonna be there, created a meeting ID, started at, ended at, recording URL. One more thing, as soon as the meeting starts, the meeting is going to be recorded. As the meeting is recorded, that will be saved, or it's up to you. What should I do? This particular thing, recording URL. If I'm actually recording, you can record the meeting on your side. It's up to you. Maybe we'll think of recording it from the platform side as well, so that it gets uploaded there. Not sure whether, but let's see, if needed, it can be implemented too. What I was thinking, you should be able to record the meeting on your own side, so that as soon as the meeting gets over, that simply gets downloaded on your own computer. Now recording it directly from the platform side, then simply saving it in S3 or Cloudinary. Okay, fine, let's see. Payment schema, user, this is the user, this is the course, this is the amount, this is the currency. Payment provider, payment ID, status, pending, success and all, and that's it, done. Certificate schema, gonna be great, this particular stuff. User and course, certificate. Lastly, I will add this feature. If any certificate has been issued from this particular website, like this edtech website, there's gonna be certificate checker. That certificate checker will be able to validate whether this particular certificate has actually been issued from our data from our platform or not, so that if anybody wants to know about it, that person can know. Coding submission, so it's gonna be altogether a platform that is mainly manages everything. Submission schema, user, lesson, code, language, submission. So user submitted lesson, user, okay, lesson, okay, code, language, result. So this is the submission for the code. So if you are lead code, okay, if you are building the lead code, okay, fine. Review, you can review it. This is the course, this is the user, this is the reading, this is the comment, fine. Notification schema, this is the user, this is the type, this is the message, this is the is read. This notification type is for what? When teacher send you the message. AI conversations, user, lesson, message, really important. You can be user or assistant role. When it comes to talking to the AI, so first of all, this role is important when you give the prompts to the user, prompts to the AI. So but right now it is just simply saying AI conversation type and all, okay. Okay, so the role in the sense either you are texting or AI is giving you the text back. So on the basis of that thing, it is gonna be just defined over here, and that's it, done everything. Okay, so let's call it here. The remaining things are gonna be done tomorrow. We already have a to do for tomorrow, and that is get the turbo repo setup ready, and then start working on the things. Apart from this thing, we have many to dos in the sense I have to learn about media soup, I have to learn about payment integration, and I have to overall, of course I will keep building it, keep giving it 3 hours daily, and with the help of AI it will even get built quite sooner. But while building this particular website platform, I must say I have to learn many things along the way. So the main focus is gonna be on that. Thankfully right now I know Next.js, so I'm gonna be using Next.js over here. TypeScript, I mean all these things is definitely going to be implemented, and that's it. This is how it's gonna be going on. So that was it for today. Now I'm gonna be catching up tomorrow. Take care and see you. Bye bye.